Welcome to our kitchen. Today we prepare ancient Roman scampi from the ninth book of the Re Cucinaria, the widest source of ancient Roman recipes, conventionally attributed to Marcus Gavius Apicius. We start with ingredients. We need scampi, olive oil, garum, white wine vinegar, honey, black pepper, cumin, and rue. First, we prepare the sauce. We grind black pepper and cumin, then mince the rue and add it in the mortar, and mix with garum, honey, vinegar and olive oil. This recipe is collected in a chapter dedicated to lobsters and shrimps. We use the scampi because their delicate flavor pairs perfectly with this simple and spicy sauce, but you can use the crustaceans you prefer. For example, shrimps, prawns, lobster, or even crab or crayfish. Despite the simplicity of this sauce, however, it's necessary to pay attention not to unbalance the flavors. In most recipes of the Re Cucinaria, the author doesn't provide the ratio among the ingredients, and this plate is not an exception. The problem with the interpretation of the historical recipes is, as always, how to be sure that they are prepared as the author intended them. You frequently asked about the correct quantities, but the truth is that we can't know for sure how an ancient food tasted. We can just make reasonable assumptions. First, we have to consider that when this author wants a precise ratio, he writes it down. So, if he says nothing about the quantities, probably they are unimportant for a good outcome, and the ratio is left to the preferences of the cook. Second, if we use a bit of moderation, it is very hard to ruin this kind of dish. How much it must be spicy, how much salty or sweet or sour? We find our answer in the list of the ingredients. There are 2 spices, cumin and pepper, an aromatic herb, rue, an acidifier, vinegar, a sweetener, honey, a savory ingredient, garum, and a fat, olive oil. These ingredients together form maybe the most balanced sauce ever. Clearly, don't exaggerate with garum or honey, otherwise it would become excessively salty or sweet, and too much rue would make it bitter. But it depends on your taste entirely. You should try with 1 part each of honey, garum and oil, for example a teaspoon, 2 of vinegar, and a few rue leaves, that may be substituted with arugula or parsley. The quantity of spices is up to your taste. Start with a pinch each of cumin and pepper, taste the sauce, then add more if you want. Remember that if you don't like or don't have garum, you can use salt instead. Other possible substitutes are colatura di alici, muria, or a Southeast Asian fish sauce. You find the links to prepare garum and muria in the description below. Then we simmer the scampi for a couple of minutes and serve them with the sauce aside or drizzled on top. Clearly the cooking time depends on the crustaceans you are using. To know more about ancient foods, check out our book Ancient Roman Cooking on Amazon or visit our Patreon page, where you find articles about historical cooking and the translations of original sources, among which the first 3 books of the Re Cucinaria. If you are interested in medieval cooking, we recommend Registrum Cuquinae, a medieval cookbook. To support our work, you can also buy us a beer or purchase our merchandise. You find all the links in the description below. The dish turned out spicy and delicate, fragrant with spices and slightly sweet and sour. Despite the presence of Mediterranean aromas such as rue and cumin, it recalled a bit some Southeast Asian dishes, and we found it perfect for a summer dinner. You can pair this scampi with a cucumber, melon or lettuce salad. As bread, we recommend Greek breads such as artulaganon or apalos artus. For other ancient Roman recipes with crustaceans and mollusks, you find a list of videos in the description below. If you're interested in ancient foods and flavors, subscribe our channel and consider supporting us on Patreon.